Hi guys, Joe here, bringing you your weekly update. Just going to talk you through a few bits from us from a operational standpoint, and then Carl and Adam are going to talk through a lot more based on the course this week. Now that we are into November, guys, the deer cull is back. Obviously, they do the stags in September, and then they do the does in November. So another 5 weeks of the deer cull. So park opens up at 8:30. As Carl explains a little bit later, it's a really hard time of year for us, being careful about disease and getting that deer off in the morning. So some of you may already know we had some discussions with the advisory board over the last couple of weeks about competitions over the winter, and with the works continuing to go on. Handicap cards are obviously not an issue, but unfortunately with the work that will need to take place on the tee boxes on 5 and 7, the course will be a little bit shorter, and unfortunately not qualifying off those back tees. So it will still be qualifying from the whites and the golds, obviously, but unfortunately not off the blacks on the front 9 until we get that work and those tee boxes back in play permanently. The boys are working hard, as you can all see, so that won't be too long.
We're just on new left-hand side fairway bunkers. We're just adding the sand to it. We're using a workman load rather than using a dumper, because we found out with dumper you can't really judge how much is coming out. So we're trying to do it a little bit at a time. So we've just done one side. We've just got to finish off this other side. We'll put it all in, and then we'll whack plate it on so it's nice and firm. And then the rain tonight should compact it down quite nicely. You can see Matt's burnt the faces off. Again, we'll just be going over it little and often with that as well. But yeah, there's nothing worse than too much sand. That's why we're kind of doing a little bit at a time. We'd rather have not enough than too much, and it'd be a nightmare to play out of. Alright, so we're just on the right approach, just short of it, new bunker. See, Matt's burnt the faces off. We just need to come in behind, clear the last bits of stones from the revetting, and give it a quick wash down before we add the sand. But this shaped out to be quite a nice bunker. The deer repellents worked really well around these two bunkers, but I'll show you on the next bunker what's kind of happened over the weekend without the fences up. Although it's working quite well on the turf, the rubber crumb isn't taking kind of so well to the deer, so I'll just show you over here quickly. Just on this new left-hand side, just short of the green, this is Matt burning the faces off here. So the damage is quite bad over the weekend. It's Joe just follows me up here. So they've kind of ripped a hole, so now we're going to have to take this out of here. We've got a few little patches to sort out, but although the turf is kept well, a few little bit of movements, nothing too major, and not having the fence up is a massive plus for us. But just got to fix this before we put the sand down, but hopefully once the sand in we shouldn't get any damage. On the fourth tee here, just looking at the tee to start with, we've started cutting the shapes a little bit differently on the tees. Rather than squaring everything off, we've kind of put a nice little round curve into everything. It's just a little bit more easy on machinery, less turning, and just makes it more efficient, and also it looks quite nice on the tee. We are going to let the tee banks grow up a little bit, so when we start hand cutting them, they should look really smart. You can see we haven't got many worm casts, and the boys spend quite a lot of time in the morning make sure we do the right setup, so they're switching all worm casts, blowing all leaves, make sure all divots are pretty full. And now looking down towards the new bunkers, so we've got one where the existing right hand side is, which looks really smart from here. And then if you look towards the left side, we've got a new bunker that's been added in there. So now where that was quite a safe place to hit, it's added another challenge to it. So it looks really good from the tee. And then as you go up to the fairway, you've got like a dog left right, really short one to the green, with the existing bunker on the right just being shortened, and the one on the left added as a mound. But tee's looking great. We still cut them at 10 mil. They're looking very healthy, as well as the greens as well. So just on the third green here, you can see we're looking quite good at the moment. We've not got too much disease getting picked up, but things can change so quickly, especially with the weather as it is. But we've had a little thing today. You probably saw my daily update where we did a solid tine, and then in behind the solid tine we did a roll. So you can probably see the holes, but again, they're not going to affect any ball roll or any play. This is one of our wetter greens, so you probably see my foot marks, and this is something we want to work on over the winter and going into spring and summer. More dressing, more tining, just to try and relieve this kind of problem from happening. But we're looking healthy, we're looking good going into winter. This is the most important time of the year for us.